I thought we got good. I thought we got very good play from him. I will be honest. I thought that he played better this year than he did the year before. That last year in Tampa, and he'll tell you that too. But I thought we got what we wanted to get. Obviously, unfortunate that we had to lose him and be without, but we're aware of not only just Carlton Zeitler, but we're aware of a lot of other guys that are either on expiring contracts, that had good contributions to our team this year, or guys that are worthy for an extension or in consideration for extension. And so no intense action yet, but we're very aware of it, and we'll go through our normal process, and we have updates. We'll make sure you guys know.
Okay, y'all see Brad Holmes speak on Carlton Davis. Sound like he want to bring Carlton Davis back. Spoke on Kevin Zeifert as well, too. But it's just a professional response. I mean, if you feel like he did a great job, he had a better year than the year before he was in Tampa, you would think it's a no-brainer to bring him back. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to let him go out there, search the market, see what he can get, see what the other corners is interested in. I think they have move from there. But, a lot of people like to see him come back. I think he's, 27, 28 years old, 2-3 year deal, rack straw in the oven bacon. I think it makes sense. And it sounds like Brad Holmes wants to bring back, Carlton Davis. But, you got to take it for face card value. When you hear him say things like that, they're going to speak positive. That's one thing about being politically correct. You have to be politically correct. Even you kind of got to know how to read the room. A lot of y'all that's going to be in the working world or want to be in the entrepreneurship world. I was having a conversation with somebody this morning. They say, well, I speak on everything. I don't move in silence. I just address it head on. And that's a good trait to have, but sometimes you just got to be quiet. You ain't gotta peep. You ain't gotta call out everything you peep. But I also think you have to call out certain things that you peep. And only life is to kind of, through failure and through success, you will know what to call out and what not to call out. But in these professional settings, even if they have no plans on bringing them back, you spoke on Zeifert and Carlton Davis, you're speaking on them. But he said he had a better season than he had the season before with Tampa. He did everything they thought he would come in there and do. But we've all had situations that live long enough. We've all been let go from jobs. Oh, you did a great job. You did an amazing job. We were lucky to have you, but we have to move on. You know what I'm saying? Or you didn't make the team. Or you did an amazing job. I did so great, but I wasn't good enough to stay. Come on. We know what it is. So, it's that we like you, but we're going to move on. You're not worth bringing back, or you're not worth this, you're not worth that. We've been there before. Most of us that have been around the sun enough times, we've been there before. That's life. So a lot of people, they're going to be professional about it. So, quite honestly, they're probably in a position where they're going to be like, we're going to let him test the market and see what he can get, and then bring him back. Guys that you really like, you ain't gonna let him hit the market. You're gonna tag them. Y'all gonna come to an agreement, and that's gonna be what it is. So they got a game plan of what they want to do. They probably got 1 or 2 players on free agency, 3 players that if they can get at the price they want, some elite guys, they get them. If not, they got a bunch of guys that's lower tier or mid tier that they want to go ahead and fill the gaps. And they're probably going to use their draft to upgrade their team. Now, the issue with that is that in the past, it's not always been the case. With Enrique, with Josh Pascal, with F.A. Melifano, with a certain amount of these guys, it's not always pretty much been that, because a lot of these guys come in, Jameson Williams, hitting Hooker, they come in, they have physical setbacks. And it's rack straw last year. You know what I'm saying? Now, they had years where Brian Brandt, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell all came in and contributed at a high level. So if you feel like we want to make a Super Bowl jump, you're going to need that type of draft. You're going to need guys to come in and make an instant impact, about 3 of them. And on top of that, you're going to need guys to come back healthy. Lee McNeil, DJ Reader. You're going to need guys to, Aiden Hutchinson, you're going to need guys to make a jump, like Makai Wingo. You know what I'm saying? Broderick Martin. You're going to need guys to make that jump. It is Rackstraw, Terrion Arnold. You're going to need guys to make that jump. You're going to need them to make that jump. So, to be honest, I would understand them bringing them back. He talked about, obviously, he did not finish the season. And through Carlton Davis history, he has been nicked and banged up. Thinking nothing really significant. He's been nicked, he's been banged up. But also on the flip side, guys' desire to like to be here and like to play for Dan Campbell is different. Some guys come for the money, we pay him, he don't really fit the culture, he really don't want to be here, he got his money, it's not a fit. But we get guys that want to be here, you like going to work, you like going to work in your own business, it brings a different type of energy, a different type of vibe, the symmetry is different in the building. So they have to weigh that opportunity. How, at 27, 28 years old, Tre'Davious Ward, 27, 28 years old, a lot of them cornerbacks that's available is in that age bracket that you would consider. You got to understand, like, okay, maybe a 3-year deal, maybe a 2-year deal, And then you also would say, guess what? We can just roll the dice, bring in a mid-tier veteran, or draft another guy, roll with Rackstraw, Terrion, and Meek Roberts, and put our capital in our front line. And our defensive line, and they let the chips roll. They got a nice defensive backfield. Regardless of how you feel, they got a nice defensive backfield. Meek, Rackstraw, Terrion Arnold. It's very hard to come in and play corner your first year. Hard. It's not an easy position to play. It's very hard. So, yeah. Very hard. But, you got a guy that want to be here, you're fit, still pretty much young, sound like he might give you a discount to stay. You do it. He played very, very well, physical, tackle, great leadership qualities. But if somebody's gonna open up the checkbook for him and overpay him, go do what's best for your family. So it's interesting that people at the combine or on the head of the combine are asking these questions about the players. You know what I'm saying? Usually by now, something to leak out that building. That's one thing that Brad and Dan has done. All that leaking shit, we ain't leaking shit. We ain't leaking too much shit. You ain't gonna know what we doing. And that's another great sign of an organization where you really ain't leaking nothing. You only leaking what you want people to know. So I would like to have them back, but if they go with Tre'Davious Ward, they go with the guys they got and bring in a mid-tier drafting guy, I'm fine with that too. But as bad as they try to make the Lions' backfield seem, it's not bad. The problem with it is you gotta have a push up front. So they gotta find guys that can get up the field and close the gap and sack the quarterback. Simple as that. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Just hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ313. Venmo, CJ313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section.